I've got a question for you. It's 3 words. Is it epic? This video is going to be talking about the Waves CLA Epic coming up. Okay, so I want to start this video by saying prior to about a week ago, I had never bought a Waves plugin before. Not a single one. About a week and a half ago or so, I bought the Ovox plugin because it was on a great special. It's something I've been wanting for a while, and I got it for a really good deal. I'm sure I'm going to creatively use it, and I will probably be doing a video about that one as well. But this video is about the CLA Epic. But before I go there, I want to start with the CLA Echosphere, which is what led to this. When Black Friday was coming, there were ads on ads on ads on every YouTube channel that you watch. Chris Lord Algae saying, there's something coming and it's going to be free, and it's free on Black Friday. And sure enough, it was. And I got it. And I thought it was pretty cool. And of course, it was a little bit of a, hey, if you liked that, you might like this. And so now they've expanded this into what's now the purchasable Epic plugin. And in fact, the Echosphere, it says it's included in Epic, but it doesn't look like it's something that you can buy anymore separately. But I'm going to show you it for the concept. If you happen to have gotten it, maybe this will be beneficial for you anyway. So I want to start there. Echosphere, the idea here is it's a slap delay combined with a plate reverb. Now, in and of itself, big deal. We probably all have delays that we can make slap, and we all have plate reverbs or simulations of plate reverbs. But what's cool about this is the immediacy. And going from this to the Epic plugin, which is really kind of now, as we find, the big brother of Echosphere, it's all about the workflow, and it's about the immediacy of this plugin and how you can use it. So here is the Echosphere, which is just a single channel of delay and a single channel of reverb. That channel of delay can be sent directly to the output, or it can be routed to go also through the plate reverb, which goes directly to the output. So with that in mind, let's bring up the Epic plugin. Now you can see here, we've got the slap here on the left and the plate on the right. One thing that's immediately noticeably different between these is that you can see both the delay and the reverb at the same time, whereas in the Echosphere you could only see one at a time. But this slap unit is the same as the Echosphere. The plate unit is the same as the Echosphere. But we also add to that a tape, a throw, and a crowd delay, and also a room, a hall, and a space reverb. And all of these can be matrixed together. And that is kind of what the value of this particular plugin is how flexible it is, how cool it is to be able to route things from one to the other and quickly do that. Whereas to set all of those delay lines where they could independently all be sent to various different reverb units, you can do it, but it's a huge pain to set it up. And that is what is really cool in this plugin. Now, it doesn't hurt that the 4 delays and the 4 reverbs are modeled after common processors or well sought after processors, or however you want to say that. The only problem that I have with the whole thing is how limited they are in each individual delay and each individual reverb unit that's modeled here. But that's kind of the point of the thing, is you don't want to get into the minutia. You want to be able to get the best of what that particular unit has to offer quickly and easily, accessibly, and be able to get into all of those special routing things that you can do with this that otherwise are a pain. All right, so closing out of Echosphere, I'm going to bring this over a little bit, and I want to show you just a couple of things about this interface. There's a bunch of videos out here. You can find them all out. The reason I want to get this information out quickly is right now, it is Sunday night, And if you were to go to the Waves website right now, the Epic has about 10 hours or so left, 9 hours and 50 minutes at the time of this recording. By the time I post it, it'd be less than that, where it is $29. For $29, this is a no-brainer. Go buy it. You will find some use for these delays and these reverbs, even if you don't get the most out of them that you possibly could. It's $29. That's a pretty small price to pay. I think it's going up to $200. We'll see if the sales hold out or not on this. So here's what's cool. Now, also, you're going to note that you're not going to see my mouse moving these faders a whole lot because I've actually mapped this out to my FaderPort 8. And this is one of the things that I actually saw people saying, yeah, that's really cool, but it's too bad that we don't have fader control of those. We totally have fader control of those. You can see as I turn this guy on that I have got all 8 faders. So I'm going to turn up all 4 reverbs right now. And I'm going to turn up all 4 delays right now. And you can see that I can automatically and quickly turn those things up and down. And there's no problem with that. So I can bring them in and out as I want. I can bring all 8 up and down. And I'm doing that all with my FaderPort 8. Simple mapping. Now, of course, you're not hearing it because all of those individual things have been muted. Now, right now, I happen to be on the preset that's called the CLA, and it's CLA number 1. And if you hear it raw on the vocal, it's going to sound like complete overkill. In a mix, this might actually be pretty cool because it's 4 different delays into 4 different reverbs, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But just so you can kind of get a general idea of what we're talking about, it's something like this where all of these, hang on, let me turn off all of the mutes here on all of these different ones. I haven't mapped these out to the FaderPort. I'm not sure how I would yet. So we're going to turn all those out and we're going to turn them all up. And now we've got all of these delays going into all of these reverbs. And in some cases, you can do just the reverbs. You could just do the delays. And of course, you could bring individual delays, that one, maybe this one, or maybe this individual reverb, or this one over here. Or I could combine this delay with those 2 reverbs. The combinations are what's important here and the way that you do this. So I want to bring out a couple of things. Again, you've got tons of videos out there on going over the whole interface and every preset and all kinds of reviews and whatnot. This is a quick one. Here we have the control of the volume of that particular delay. At the top, you can see that right now this one is set to go to the output. What that means is that it's going to go over to the plug-in output over here on the right, which is then, of course, going to go to your DAW. So that is just the reverb, raw, just reverb. Now, there's also this line of letters above where you've got the B and the C, and what that means is that this delay is being sent over to the B room and the C hall reverbs as well. So what that means is that your delay is going into the reverb, and the reverb is affecting the delay signal. So if you turn up those at the same time, you can see that. Check. Each one of those delays has reverb on it in 2 different reverb units because of the B and C that are happening here. Same thing on the second, which is the throw. And this actually has a nifty little feature in here to trigger that throw, right? So if we turn that throw up, and I'm going to turn the trigger on right now, you don't hear anything happening because I haven't triggered it. There's this nifty little button right here, and you can automate this button. And when you click and hold it, that says hold the throw for that period of time. It's like if you threw the fader on a delay unit. So I could say the word throw. And when I let go, I'm no longer going to have any more delay on my throw delay unit. So it's very automatable, and it's not picking up what's happening before or after that. It's only while it's on that it's actually listening to that channel, versus a little different than muting the individual delay on the other ones. So that's kind of cool about the throw. And then over here, you've got the slap, which is like what's in the Ecosphere, and then you've got crowd, which is really about space. And so we can get something that's got a lot more kind of space about it. And if you look up the emulations on this, you'll see why that is. And you've got your plate reverb over here, and you've got your room reverb over here, which right now you can't hear because this is being sent to it. And I can't, in the preset, it's not super easy for me to figure out why I can't hear that. And so I'm not going to mess around with it too much. That should allow those to work independently. They can, oh, they're on over here, that's why. Okay, so here's the room, and then here's the hall, and then you've got this space over here. All these independent ones, 4 delays, 4 reverbs, pretty cool. Another thing that you can do within this routing up here is you can determine not only whether a delay is going to the out, but how much of that delay is going to the out is determined by the number next to it, in addition to how it's being routed over to the reverbs. And then you've also got this routing matrix up here, which then says for the 4 different reverbs, how much of the delay is going to go to each of those 4 reverbs. So as much as you don't have a lot of controls over the individual reverbs and delays, you have a ton of control over the routing of how those delays go into the reverbs, and it can get really crazy really fast. You can get some great sounds out of this. You've also got modulation that goes across all 4 delays and a modulation that goes across all 4 reverbs. I do want to quickly show something a little bit strange and different about the way that this dial works. It's a little confusing at first. You've got 4 segments, and each one is about the depth of the modulation. Low modulation depth, medium, call it medium, high, and high. And then within each, as you turn up, that would get up to, as we get towards the 25 number, that would be the fastest speed of that modulation within the lowest intensity. Next intensity, and faster and faster and faster. Next intensity is at 50, going faster up to 75. And then last is the full intensity, slow to fast. Right, so there's a ton of stuff that you can do with that, with the modulation inside of the delays, the modulation inside of the reverbs as well. This plugin is really cool. Again, if you can get a hold of it for the $29, and I got to imagine they'll probably be continuing these sales. I don't know that for sure, but you know, on and off, keep your eyes out. Even if not, I mean, it's a whole lot of processing for $200. I'm glad I got it for $29 in this case. I hope that this video is useful to you, helps you maybe get a good deal on a plugin. Look for other stuff that I'm going to be doing. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you do, so you'll be notified of when I put out new stuff. Share the video with others. I would appreciate any support that you give me. Trying to grow my user base, trying to make more videos as we go. Hope you enjoyed this video on the CLA, Ecosphere, and specifically on Epic. Have a great rest of your week and a great holiday season. Thanks for watching.